right, guys, welcome back to the Lucky Pierres. Tonight we got another movie review for you. This one's brand new. This one is called Terrifier 3.
It sure is.
Yeah, Terrifier 3. So, Shaw, you seen that at Fantastic Fest, what, about a month ago, roughly?
Yeah.
And
ish.
I seen it today. Joe's seen it about a week ago or so. But yeah, your first thoughts, reactions after watching it.
It's a Terrifier. If you've seen the other two or know of it, you know what you're getting.
You do know what you're getting, but it's still shocking. The violence.
Everything with art, I thought was very cool.
Mm-hmm.
And what specifically?
Like I'm just mean almost anything he's involved in, like on screen, is great. It's kind of less mean-spirited than the first two.
I disagree.
I don't know, maybe more.
I think more.
There's one scene in two that's more, but the overall
humor, I feel like because not less mean-spirited because I mean it's basically torture porn.
Well, he takes out kids too, so like he doesn't do that.
I meant like how he acts in it, like because it's like comic relief during the kills a lot in this.
Yeah,
which makes it almost worse.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, and I've told you guys this before. These are the only movies I get nervous going into. I swear to God, I'm not playing with you. When it was starting, I almost like my heart was racing. I'm like, I swear to God, I almost walked out.
That's like a badge of honor for a movie.
I swear to God, I almost and I'm
not.
What
made you almost walk out?
Because after the first kills, where he kills him like in bed or whatever, and I just. It's like that anticipation of a roller coaster. The anticipation is worse than the actual...
It's anxiety.
Right, yeah, and I was like, I can't handle this. And I'm going to be honest with you. This will be the last one I see. I'm not seeing 4.
I think the next one is the last one.
Yeah, I'm not going to see it because I'm over this stuff. You know what I mean? It's like I can't do it anymore.
For you, it's like watching like a Faces of Death or something. Like it's just too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
It's like so violent that I was actually somewhat nauseous, if I'm being honest.
I get it.
It's too much for me.
The first chainsaw sodomy I saw in Texas, so
Jesus.
Probably the most graphic, though, I would assume.
That one was so brutal, and then you got the where he's
the rats.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I think that was the worst one in this one. Was the tube and the rats, where he's smashing the tube.
I just can't. I mean,
I can't.
It's just so shockingly gruesome and violent that it makes me nauseous.
Was there anything you despised about this movie?
Me?
I didn't.
I hated Vicky. Like the whole character was so dumb. I hated it.
Oh, I disagree. I like her.
I hated it. I hated that storyline that she like did a fucking weird sci-fi exorcism for Art's head. Like I thought that was stupid.
It got way more supernatural in 2 and 3, and it's.
In this movie, I hated like her jacking off with a broken glass. Hated it. Like, it was just obnoxious.
Yeah, and then that kill as well.
I said, just miss me with the exorcist nonsense.
I was just uneasy.
That is what he does.
When the construction worker guy, I was just uneasy.
Which in each movie, he
scalped him,
does
ripped him,
obviously, does rip homage like certain things, and that was obviously just the Exorcist. Like it's her.
Yeah.
Backing off, but like I just was like it was so.
That was so
dumb and unnecessary. It wasn't like.
It's just
entertaining.
A lot of it's just for shock value.
Somebody was like, "Oh, dude, it was funny," and I go, "Was it? That was funny." I just didn't.
Not funny.
What was funny?
Like her jacking off with broken glass.
How was that funny?
I don't know. How
is that funny?
I hated all the Vicky stuff.
There were few people in the theater with me, but I heard like a chuckle or two. I'm like. And I was just like disgusted the whole thing. I swear to God, I couldn't even barely focus on like the storyline and whatnot. I was just like anticipating the next violent kill and like.
Yeah, it can be tough at times to watch.
It's extremely tough, and I can't do it anymore.
I
swear to God, I'm not going to see the next one. That's it for me.
It's crazy.
But it is so the effects. That's like a testament to how good the effects are. They're so good. It looks so real.
Yeah, but it's so.
And it's so mean-spirited. It's so mean-spirited.
Like, slight bummer to me for the movie, though, is because, like, I found out he didn't do the special effects this time.
Yeah.
Which I think that's what they're good at. So the fact that he didn't do any of that and focused on the, like, directing and stuff like that, like,
you didn't
the
think
dialogue was terrible.
The acting and dialogue was better than 2?
No, I thought
it was much better.
No, I don't think it was much better.
I thought it was much better. The acting was much better.
The dialogue, like with her talking with her family members, I thought was terrible.
Yeah, I agree with that scene.
I thought it was good.
agree with that scene. Yeah.
I was waiting because you said he directed that stuff and he thought it was crap. I was like, I think it's pretty decent actually.
I get what you're saying,
The movie, it was better than I anticipated. Like, I thought it was going to be not good.
Yeah.
But
It's just,
better than I
It
thought.
blows me away that it made that much money being as violent as it is.
yeah, it's like number one
crazy
right
to me.
it is crazy. It's like, it's literally,
But it's because, like,
it's literally one of the most violent movies I've ever seen in my entire life. And
That
it's the
word of
number one
mouth.
movie in the world right now, in the box office, I think in the world.
yeah.
And that's like,
As far as,
that's
like,
disconcerting.
Mean-spirited and violent. It might be number one. I can't think of like.
Well, a Serbian film.
I know, but that's not like violent-wise. I don't know if like as sadistic. You know what I mean? He's killing people in front of their families,
but it's
and he's
not-
killing kids.
I feel like
and
part of the reason it's
dancing
not,
and,
it
like-
doesn't like
Yeah, the
affect
kid-
me
kid
as much
stuff
as
is-
it does Ben is like it's not realistic to me. Like other movies aren't as gory, but it's more realistic. This isn't based in reality to me.
It
No,
looks
but,
very realistic.
Like when he's killing people, it looks very realistic.
I mean, it's very gory, but like I don't. Some of it it's like
Of course.
overdone. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like, that's
of
not
course, that's not how like a human body works. You're not going to be able to do that to somebody.
Correct.
But like it is very realistic looking.
Oh yeah, the gore is crazy.
Like, and
But
yeah,
I didn't have like crazy in-depth thoughts about the movie, but
I didn't either.
the cameos were cool. Like Clint Howard,
Tom Savini,
Yeah,
Chris
of course.
Jericho.
Yep, Jericho. The dialogue was rough in my opinion. And then I said, how are these people using their hands? Like he gets a chainsaw to the wrist and then defends himself with his hands. And then again in the movie, she
when she
gets
gets
decimated with a sword, like holds onto the blade of a
Yeah.
sword with her bare hands,
Sophia?
and then is fighting
you
with her
doing?
hands.
yeah, when he smashes like freezes her hands
hell
and
yeah.
smashes them, and she's
Yeah.
still like
Yeah,
fighting
they're still
back.
using their hands.
Yeah.
I thought that was cool though that he did that to her hands and she was still able to fight back. Like that makes her such a badass and like final girl. You know what I'm saying? She's so tough.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like supreme good versus supreme evil.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Nice.
That's awesome.
A few not so subtle allusions to Art's dick throughout the movie, which was bizarre to me. Like him pissing at the urinal and then like doing the super long shake.
I think it's
and
just
then
for
like
comedy, like slapstick.
him like yeah, but I mean it was just weird like because it was multiple times throughout the movie, and then like the girl talking about like I don't want to fuck him, and he's like.
Again,
Like,
I thought that was funny.
I know,
like-
I do. I think it was
yeah.
funny. It was just random to me that they like alluded to his dick so many times
Yeah.
throughout the movie.
and then he did urinate himself when
Yeah.
he met Santa.
Yeah.
And then I dig the gate bit at the ending, like how it was like just a hole in the ground.
Yeah. She falls in there.
It was pretty cool.
That whole sequence, I loved. Like, because it was so like. I'm gonna be honest, not the tube part. That was just too much for me. But like, where he's like fighting her with the chainsaw and stuff. Because and like the
It's, like,
girls,
more action-y
The
than
girl's
just-
at stake, and literally in these movies, anything can happen. There's no limits, and
Yeah.
they keep moving the line. And this one, they iced a kid. They don't show it on screen, but they show his dismembered body in bed.
Well, they iced a lot of kids at the mall.
Well,
with
yeah,
a bomb.
that too. But like I think the worst is they showed the dismembered little boy in bed.
Well, you hear the crunching as he's just.
Yeah,
And the
th-
other
th-
kid's listening, like.
it's like he keeps pushing the line and the envelope, and like, what's next? He's gonna show a little kid get just decimated on screen? Is that?
I mean, let's hope.
That's.
I mean, he
that's
might as
like-
well because it made crazy amounts of money, and he
I
was
know.
showing kids get blown up. Well, insinuating kids getting blown up by a bomb.
It's just.
so
I mean,
might as
it's
well-
just like where's like the isn't there like a line that
I
shouldn't
think that's
be
the point.
crossed?
That's the point of it. It's the
Isn't-
only one without a line. So I
isn't
think
that-
that's why people go.
Isn't that you think that's right to show a kid gets just iced?
I just don't care.
It's a movie, so I mean, if people want to see it, if you can bear it, then
Man.
it's unrated, and if you know Terrifier, you know going in.
Yeah, at this
Be
point,
ready,
There's
so,
no
like-
reason to not do your due
If you're gonna go
diligence.
in and like throw up or walk out,
There's no reason to go in.
why are
blind.
you going?
I know.
I've seen like
But
10 people walk out or
the last bit-
in our
I
theater.
regretted it, honestly. Like after, like when I was in the theater, I'm like, I shouldn't have picked this. Like I honestly, I didn't really like. I have mixed feelings about those movies. I don't really want to watch them, but like, they're well done. They're good horror. They horrify me, but it's so much. It's just so much violence.
My last thing
it
was,
sticks with me too much.
Ice Nine Kills fucking sucks. But the music video after the credits, it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
But that
but they do suck.
I didn't watch
Awful.
it. I didn't watch it. I gotta.
It's like a mini like horror movie. It's kind of cool. Like Art shows up at their show and like
It's online if you
there's
want.
mayhem and death.
Is it like as well done as the movie? Like,
Yeah.
Is it? Cool. I'll check it out.
You're just like wiping your hands of Terrifier after this. You're
100%.
Like, I'm done with
I swear to God,
Never again.
I'm not seeing another one. I swear to God, I'm done with it.
What if I pick it to review?
What if we go see it together and it's tame? Like it's.
There's no chance of that happening. I don't know how
honestly,
much.
I'm happy that if he does stop at 4, I'm happy because like I said, I feel like
I agree.
he needs to do other shit, bro. Like
Yeah.
if you're good at making films, like make films.
Well,
Don't
not
just
only that,
get stuck in terrible. And
I
the
don't
way
want
he
it to get like
Yeah.
completely watered down.
And the way he
like-
talks in interviews is so bizarre. Like he talks about Art the Clown like it's like somebody he looks up to, and it's like, dude, it's a character you created. What are
That
you doing?
gruesomely murders people in the worst
like,
ways.
But I mean, like
Yeah.
it's he created it. Like you made it up. It's not like your idol. It's
Yeah,
not
that's like egotistical.
It's not Stanley Kubrick or
Right.
something like some director that you're like, oh yeah, he
Yeah.
really inspires me. It's a character that you made up that is silent.
Which comes off as very egotistical. By the
Just
way,
bizarre.
By the way, what's his name? David Howard Thornton.
Mhm.
That guy's
Great
very good at like emoting without
oh yeah,
dialogue. You know,
Shockingly,
he
yeah.
was in that Grinch movie, killed it. Movie terrible, but he did do
Yeah, and the
great.
costume is good in that. Would you guys put Art up there with like slasher legends at this point?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. I would too,
Honestly,
but, like-
honestly,
3 on-
immediately,
yes,
I would,
100%.
like just any way you can get a character that literally has no dialogue and can be that memorable and push that many buttons.
100%.
He's very aesthetically pleasing too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looks
And, dude,
cool.
He's
it's
got a
funny.
striking look.
Like
Yeah.
it's bizarre how funny he is. Like outside, like obviously he's doing carnage but like just little mannerisms he does, or like in the second one where he's trying on all the glasses and shit. Like
Yeah.
there's bits where that dude is funny.
Right.
And I do think that dude being the character is what kills it. Like if somebody else playing it, they wouldn't do it.
I
He's
that
agree.
way.
very good. Yeah.
I think that
Perfectly
might make
cast.
it like tougher to watch, even like some of the kills, because he's so like
Jolly.
Yeah.
That's
just
what
so
I said. Yeah, he's so
giddy
gen-
about it, and happy and goofy, and you're like, man, he's just annihilating
and it's
people.
the most overkill,
Dude,
violent
the whole Santa
stuff
bar
I've ever
scene
seen.
killed me.
Oh, it was awesome. Yeah.
Man, freezing
sat on his
Santa
lap,
and
like,
stuff, and then
Uh,
blowing up the kids. I mean,
But I did watch
Whew.
all 3 of the All Hallows Eve like anthology movies, just because I watch a lot of shit during October. Like I was cramming as much horror as possible.
yeah.
And they are rough.
Are they?
Like it's where art comes from. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, but the
I think
movie's
it's
not good, dude. They're not
Just
good.
for the character to get out of there.
I would put him in there with the slasher legends. He's just different from all the other slashers. He's just over the top violent. No other
Yeah.
slasher is that violent.
Because like
It's like a
mainstream,
new genre, basically. It's
yeah,
like,
mainstream can handle like Michael Myers and Jason, but
oh, this is.
there's no way like
far
you show this
beyond
to like
that.
your grandma, she's gonna be like, oh my god.
It really is shocking that it's so popular and successful.
blows my mind.
And mainstream. Then it's, like I said, it's disconcerting that people go into this. And Russ, our older brother, said he's seen a family with like kids like Hank's age in there,
Well, that's just bad parenting.
and I'm like, man.
Well, dude, we went to the midnight premiere of Halloween Ends. Is that the one we went and saw at midnight?
I think so.
And there were little kids in there at the midnight premiere of that movie. Which I
Halloween
mean, that's not a
Ends-
crazy movie,
No.
but like, bro,
Yeah.
a midnight horror movie premiere,
right.
And also, that was the loudest theater I've ever been in. Like, the movie was so loud. I think they intentionally were trying to drown out the noise because it was a full IMAX theater.
Yeah.
But dude, it was
That was
so
ridiculous.
loud.
That is bad taking him into that, but this is another level.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't take
but
a kid into.
but nothing
you don't
shocks
take,
me anymore.
You don't take an adult into this. But
What do you think was the worst in the whole series, kill wise? Which one?
there's so many bad ones.
To the fillet thing.
I would
think,
say
you know,
that one
Yeah.
sticks out. That one sticks out.
That's gotta be tops.
I would say the chainsaw's pretty rough. That one, yeah, the chainsaw definitely. Then
The chainsaw just
Also,
because it
though,
was
can
so
we-
random. Like
Can
he's
we
just
get
hitting.
over using chainsaws as a weapon in every horror movie? Like,
I mean,
just
it's
get
pretty
more creative.
effective.
I know, but I don't. I want more. I want something different.
He went like the freeze. That's pretty innovative.
That's cool.
Yeah.
and then bashing the lady into to like death is like with like a bat of some sort or barbed wire bat or something. I can't remember what the hell it was. A spiked bat.
Like a saw blade and a bat or something.
Yeah, something like that. It was just. I try and block the stuff out, but
Took out the brother too.
oh yeah.
Brother. Well, you just had the kid's head.
Right.
You don't
like,
see him. You don't see the brother die.
Yeah.
Which I think is intentional because I feel like he'll
Oh, he'll be back.
be back in the
Yeah.
fourth one.
That's
But I
just-
think
they
it'll
were
be
fooling
like
you.
where
No, that was because he said it was the little girl, and then they showed the glasses on it. It was definitely her brother.
You think it was?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like what I was going to say is I think he's going to be back as like either a villain or like something stupid supernatural
Oh,
like Vicky,
Like Art's friend.
Yeah.
So 2, the flaying we agree is the most violent.
I would
Yeah.
agree with that. Yeah.
I think that like
that was so just.
up to the series violence, like that's you're like I can't believe they are doing this, and then 3 they're like let's just do some more of that. But 2 is when you're like oh my god this movie.
It's just so. Every kill is just so overkill.
I am glad that it's like more. I'm not like because it's never going to be mainstream, but like it's as mainstream as something like that can get.
It's pretty mainstream.
It's
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
mainstream.
But like, I'm glad that it did that because that's why it was shorter.
Shorter.
Like the second one is way too long.
Well, no, I think what
Is it
happened.
Oh no,
Longer?
I've watched an interview. He said they told him you can't be that long.
Yeah, definitely. He definitely listened to a lot of
Studios were
people.
like,
I think.
the
Yeah.
studio was like, it has to be shorter.
I think
It's
he has
still a
his-
little too
I
long,
think he has
but-
his finger on the pulse. He's, he knows what's going on.
Oh, like I think if it was up to him, everyone would be 3 hours
Yeah.
long.
It just shows you where like society is maybe. That, like people are paying to go see like we have to keep upping the
shockingly gruesome content.
amount of stuff people watch online. It's like now we got to go see this because
Yeah, I know that. It's just where's the line?
Well, there isn't
we're
one.
just depraved now. It's where's the line? Are they going to ice kids in the next one, like on screen?
you're the moral compass for us.
Honestly,
You can tell me if they do because I'm not seeing it.
it's crazy that you're drawing these lines to me
Why?
because you think war movies are masterpieces and children get iced in those.
On screen, I think.
War movies are nowhere near as violent as this.
They're way more realistic. Like that stuff actually happened.
It happened, but they're not as graphic. This is extremely,
Yeah.
I get what
extremely
you're saying.
graphic.
Yeah, I understand that, but
Yeah.
And they don't like pan the camera away. They just show you like this
Yeah.
is happening. You're gonna see this
Yeah,
happen.
of course.
well, they did this time, but next time they might not.
Well, of
On the
course,
kids?
Yeah.
the kids where they did.
Of course, Command to See is disturbing, and but it's not as graphic as this. This is just in your face, just pure violence for the sake of violence, and
They might be more bleak.
It's
like
sick.
those movies.
It's sickening.
Sickening.
I'm over them. But anyway, you guys want to get to ratings?
Sure.
Sure.
I gave it a 7.
I gave it 8.
I give it a 6.
Okay.
But I mean, I think the first one wasn't the best, but it created the whole thing and set the tone.
Of course.
The second one
Up
was
the
a
ante.
little like up the ante, but it was a little less of a good movie for me because of all the stuff they added. I think took away from the movie instead of adding.
I
to it.
agree.
And this one, that's why I expected this one to not be as good. But it was better than I expected, and they didn't do as much weird stuff.
They didn't, yeah.
But the one thing I forgot to mention, when they flash back to like the weird medieval thing of her sword being crafted, was so pointless in the movie. Like the costumes did look cool, but like why was it? It was pointless.
I know. Yeah.
It was such a pointless.
He's
scene.
trying to force story in there when
yeah,
it
like
doesn't
force
need.
like a weird fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
But
Just good versus evil. I get. You
I mean,
get a final girl with like
I can
a
go
sword.
6.5 because I expect it's better than I expected it to be.
Okay. And then final recommendation: watch it ASAP. Watch it whenever. Skip it.
I mean, if you're into it, you're gonna watch it ASAP anyways.
Yeah.
But like if you're not into it,
It's
watch
a
it
tough
whenever.
watch.
It's a very
If you
tough
have
watch.
any interest, watch it whenever.
I would
If
say
not, skip it.
I would say if you can handle gore and stuff, watch it whenever. But if you can't handle gore, like
Yeah,
to
skip
the
it.
best
It's
of
just
your ability.
Full
Yeah, the
sadism.
gore-
You don't
gore
have a
and-
strong stomach. Do not watch this.
The gore and set pieces in this movie are
Top notch.
bar none top of horror.
Yeah. Just watch the first 15 minutes. If you can't handle that, then just turn it off.
Get out.
It only
Get
gets
out.
worse.
It only gets worse. Yep. Get
You don't
out.
want to see a mall of children get blown up by Santa Claus.
Oh, that's like that didn't even do anything for me because it's not really shown. I
Yeah.
mean, of course it's bad, but it's not. I mean, the stuff that's shown is the bad stuff. That
Yeah, the chainsaw part, and then the rats. The rats is like wow, that's gnarly.
like, man, seriously,
Like,
whoever
honestly-
thinks of this stuff is depraved.
Just give me that stuff, though, honestly. Like, give me an hour of art just decimating stuff with no plot, and I'd
Well,
probably
that's
like it more.
what he had in one, but he's like, I probably got to get some story in here somehow. Otherwise, I just seem like I'm just making torture porn.
Yep.
But that's kind of what the Saw movies are. But they just like
Saw doesn't go
artsy.
nearly
have a
this
game.
hard.
Hostel's pretty violent.
Not nearly this hard.
You don't think?
Not even close. Not even close. Not
The
even
lady
close.
using a scythe in a bath and bathing in blood. I mean, that's pretty gnarly. And that's like a real thing that
Climbing out of heroin needles,
could happen. Probably does happen.
sawing off your leg, like, oh,
Sawing off your dick, cutting off your dick.
pretty crazy.
There's just
Feeding it to a
something
dog.
about this. The overkill in these is this.
I agree.
So
I get what you're
hard to
saying.
watch.
I do think Saw set up a lot of this type of stuff, like
For sure.
because
Probably did.
when that came out, people realized like, oh, we can do crazy stuff.
We can go hard.
Yeah.
Man, all right, let's get on out of here. It's getting dark, but yeah, guys, that's our review for Terrifier 3. If you're a horror hound and a gore hound, check it out. If not, stay far away from that. there should be caution tape on that one. But all right, we'll catch you guys later.